Hey guys! Alright, so I did forget to, it was weird. It's like I recorded some videos, but I wasn't sure like what order I was going to put them up in. So the video that you saw yesterday like wasn't even necessarily going to go up yesterday. That's why all of a sudden like I was in this new room with like, you know, a cool camera, or at least I think it's cool, and I didn't really say anything. So yeah, basically this is kind of like my, yay, I'm in a new room with a new camera. I really like it. I'm really excited. It's kind of a fun space to build in. There's still obviously some things I'm working on. I'm always going to be trying to like improve my quality and like, you know, but I'm really excited with kind of like, I was such a nerd. I was like singing in front of my computer. I was editing and I was like, yeah, moving on up, like while I'm editing. So I'm excited. Okay. So today's video is an Ask Nikki. I literally, last time when I posted my first Ask Nikki, I was very nervous to post that video, to say the least. I told my husband, I was like, oh my god, no one's gonna like this. Everyone's gonna be like, shut up, we don't want your advice. But it's something that like, I'm just really passionate about. I'm passionate about people, and I'm really happy, like, if I could help one person, that makes me really excited, and I'm happy that I have to do that. So I don't know the regularity that I'll be doing this. I just might be doing them like when I feel like some good questions that I can put in here come in, or I might make it every week, or I don't know. But yes, this is the second episode today. So today's episode I think has kind of a good mix of there are some serious questions. I mean, they're all serious, but I mean there are some like tougher questions in here, and you know, just, and then some that are just kind of like in general, like a little more lighthearted, but, you know, just, I hope it can be helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. As always, they are anonymous. If you guys want to send me a message for an Ask Nikki episode, you can go ahead and either send it to my inbox here on YouTube, but title it Ask Nikki, so those don't get lost, or you can send it to my Facebook page, which is linked down below. I am also doing a giveaway on that. Or you can do a video response and do that down below too. It's literally, my face lights up when someone does like a video response. I'm like, ooh, what's that? So I love interacting with people. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right in, like 12 minutes into the video. I'm such a hacker. Alright, so the first question is, and I am just going to read it off my computer. It says, hey, let me just start by saying that I love your channel. Thanks. So I just want to ask you some tips on dealing with people making fun of me. I'm 20 and it's like no matter what I do, someone is always making fun of me. I'm overweight with no boyfriend, so that's usually what people use to bother me. I'm working on losing weight, but my family and friends always put me down. I hope you could help me. It would mean the world to me. All right. So this question I feel kind of has two parts to it. I'm going to go ahead and address the first part. That is being made fun of. So, oh, sorry, my knee. Let me just say, okay, I have been made fun of my entire life. Whether you choose to believe that or not, whether you want to look at this video and be like, no, Nikki, you're so pretty, because trust me, I've worked on the lighting, my hair gets prepped up, it's not like, it is kind of like its own version of smoke and mirrors. But, you know, or maybe it's painfully obvious. I've been made fun of my whole life, but I've been made fun of my whole life. You know, my friend, Erin, actually, she's kind of helped me with some of this, and she's always like, water off a duck's back, like you just keep going. I think that this also kind of goes into something I talked about in my last channel, which I don't know what you're doing, but with finding a purpose in your life, it is a little bit easier to let it go and to just keep moving forward if you have something you're moving forward to. You know, when you're aimless, it's really easy to take everyone's opinions and everyone's words and just sit and let them fester. You know, which another good thing I just want to point out, my dad said this to me, and this sounds like a really simple, like, duh statement, but this really simple statement was so profound for me. And he said, Nikki, everyone can have an opinion. Anyone. The stupidest, meanest person on the planet, I'm not calling them stupid or mean, but they can have an opinion. Not only because they're entitled to it, but just because they have a brain, so everyone has an opinion. So you really have to learn whose opinion to value. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, you know, like when I came on YouTube, I was so concerned about what everyone was going to think about me, and I was reading something, or I heard something, I don't even know, that said basically like, whether you're doing something good or you're doing something bad, the same amount of people are going to love you and hate you, because It's just, everyone has an opinion and it's very different and diverse. So you can't win everyone over. So like I said, I think the best thing to do is to find something you want to do, focus on that, and try to let people's words roll off your back, because everyone can have an opinion. And in terms of the weight thing, I'm actually have a video series coming up on this, because I am not one of those people that looks at losing weight as like, I don't know, I've seen videos where it's like losing weight and I'm not eating and my Diet Coke and blah, 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 and I'm not making fun of anyone. Well, I kind of just did, but I don't mean it in a mean way. I just mean more, for me, losing weight, I look at it as more of a health perspective. So to me, that's, even though it's kind of a similar issue, it's not really, you know, and it depends kind of, I want to say how you feel about it, but it can't feel good, because when I gain some of my weight, like, I don't feel good. And you know, you wanna find ways to get healthy, and you just need to do it, not only for you and your self-esteem, but for your health, for your family right now, for your future family. That's something that you have control over. And I don't know your circumstances, but you know, there's things in life that people don't have control over. You know, missing limbs or things like that. You can do it. I promise you, if you set your mind to it and you care enough, you can. I believe in you. I don't even know you, and I believe in you. So that was really, really long, and we'll see how many questions we're going to get to. But I hope that was like a tiny bit helpful. So yeah, I'm going to move on to the second question. All right. Hi. This guy I really, really like has a girlfriend, and he's basically my best friend, and I've only recently had feelings for him when he started dating this girl. Okay, yeah. And I'm kind of having a hard time accepting that. Plus, prom is coming up soon, and I've always kind of imagined us going together. Please give me advice. Thanks in advance. By the way, the pause in the sentence wasn't because I was like, it was because I was processing something. I like stumbled on my words. Okay, so this also kind of goes into the last video. Really, most of the time, I don't think you're going to marry who you date in high school. More times than not. I think probably your best bet is to just stay. You said, yeah, you should, basically your best friend, stay friends with him. If he's got a girlfriend, you know, the last thing you want to do is break them up. You don't want that on your shoulders. Stay friends with him. Honestly, if you don't go to prom with him, it's not going to be the end of the world, you know? You can still have fun at prom with your friends. I was homeschooled, but I was kind of a crazy person. Oh my gosh, I think I went to like 4 or 5 different proms. We have a lot of schools in our valley, and I went to a bunch of them. I went to like 4 winter formals, a bunch of homecomings. Like, I was obsessed. I loved dances. But I didn't have a boyfriend in high school. So I am living proof that you can have a blast at dances without going out with a boy. In fact, I kind of think sometimes it can be more fun, because I love to dance. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm a dancer. And I would go and I would like go crazy on the dance floor, and I didn't have to worry about like, you know, you all know that I'm a Christian. You all know that I'm really involved in my church, but I'm not a prude. I know, like I said, I've been to like 5 proms. I know what goes on. Prude's not the word. Naive. That's the word. I'm not naive. I've been there. You know, it's all about like, you know, getting all close and like, to like my version of grinding, getting all close. But like, that's what it's about, and I'm not comfortable with that. That's not me. So it was really fun to be able to just dance and have fun at the dance and not have to worry about a boy, and you know, so just let him date his girlfriend, be his friend, you know, if it's supposed to happen, it will happen in its own timing. It's a really long story, you guys will hear it eventually, I'm sure, if we ever do like if I do the husband tag, but like the way that I started dating my husband, like it was meant to be. It was totally meant to be. Nothing was pressed. I knew of him for like all through high school, or half of high school, but we never like, nothing happened. So just let it be. Enjoy your high school, enjoy your prom. If it's something happens, then great. Or I don't even want to say great, I don't want to like wish someone a breakup. But I mean, like, if it's supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen. So just relax, have fun, and yeah, we are getting close to prom. I love it. Is it weird that I'm 23 and I'm like, prom season's in the air? So, okay. Holy moly, this video is long. Okay, a lot of videos of mine are long. Alright, so this next one I'm going to go on to. Here we go. It says, hey, so I'm a sophomore in high school, and a lot of my classmates are partying and doing stupid things. I, on the other hand, don't like to party because I think it's stupid, and I'd rather spend my time doing something fun. I have this group of friends who are more and more wanting to party, and I feel like I'm the only one who has their head on straight. I just need some advice on how to keep my values and not lose my friends. Thanks. Okay, I think this also kind of ties into it. I'm always really, not into it, into something I said in my last video. I'm always really going to stress the importance of finding something that you love to do and setting goals. I really think that when you find something that you're truly passionate about, you tap into a different group of people, because I think a lot of the times the people, I'd say most of the time, like huge percentage of the time, the people that are partying and getting wasted every single night and doing it all the time are people who are very aimless, because oftentimes people that have goals, people that are truly passionate about what they're doing and they really want to achieve something, they're not wasting their time doing that because they know that it's going to throw them off. So in high school, I told you, I didn't do all that. I had the opportunity, I didn't. Like I said, I wasn't really your average homeschooler. I went to all those dances and whatever. I had the opportunity, I didn't, because literally I was so set on what I was doing and I was having so much fun and I knew what I wanted that, like, in my head, I was like, why would I go to this party, get wasted, and show up somewhere to, like, my job the next day, my job being something that I like. I was teaching dance, I was doing that, and not be able to enjoy it because I'm sweating and I have a headache and it just didn't make any sense. And to me, it was like I'm killing brain cells and slowing myself down from getting what I want. So, and I developed some more friends who were also driven. I will tell you, it is more of a minority when you're younger. They are harder to find because it's easy to get influenced by, like, this, I don't know, like I've said before, the media really presses partying and stuff like that on kids, and it's really easy to get sucked into that whole, like, MTV party craze. Don't get sucked in, guys. It's all good and fun to have fun and, like, hang out with your friends and all that stuff, but, like, guys, don't get sucked in. It's a lie. It's this lie of, like, oh, this will make you happy. If you just go do this, this will make you happy. No, what's gonna make you happy is finding something that you love, pursuing that passion, going after it with all that you have, and hitting goals. I promise, it's so much more fulfilling. Oh gosh, it's so much more fulfilling. So that being said, in terms of not wanting to party, don't party. You know, stay their friends, call them, set things up. If they phase out of your life, which I had that happen a little bit in high school, then it's not supposed to be. They phased out and other people phased in, if that's the right word. Phase coming in is the right word. And that's okay, because yeah, it's okay. So you obviously still pursue a friendship with them, but really, I want you to really rack your brain for what you want to do. Maybe you already know, but I want you to really put some attention on that. And you will meet a different caliber of people. Not caliber that, like, makes people, but you'll meet people that have goals. Yeah, it's a phase, and yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Find what you want to do. It's okay. If they phase out, it's okay. You'll meet new friends. Just still pursue a friendship, but you get the point. Okay, so on to the next question. Okay, this one is a little more serious. So, okay, here we go. It says, hey there, Nikki. So, today my dad asked me and my brother to come out into the living room, and he said he had some awful news. My uncle had a fit a while back, and they found out that it was from a tumor, and now they found out that if he gets it out, he will lose some memory, which could mean forgetting my cousin, my dad, my other uncle, my mom, and possibly my brother and I. He also said that if he didn't get it out, he would probably die within the next 4 to 6 years, maybe longer if we're lucky. He then followed through with saying that this could be something that runs in the family, and he might get and that her dad, might get a tumor. And I really don't want him to. But then, more bad news. My grandma has apparently only got around 2 to 6 weeks to live. And I love my grandma, and I just really don't know what to do. Do you have any advice? I'm only 13, and this is just way too much to handle. Okay, so the first thing is, yeah, that is a lot to handle at 13. This is actually going to be a pretty short answer, because I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist. That is a lot to handle for a 13-year-old. So, my recommendation to you, I don't know if you're involved in any church. If you are, my recommendation would be for you to go to an elder in the church and talk to them about it. Get their advice. Even just getting prayer, getting, like, support from people who are, you know, older than you, wiser than you, and just mature and wise, that helps. I would find some adults that you feel like you can go to them and you can talk to them when you need it. Because this isn't something that I can give advice on that's just gonna fix, because no matter what I say, you're not gonna feel better. You know what I mean? Like, you need someone you can talk to regularly if needed, because it's gonna be hard to ride through, especially at 13. It's gonna be hard. So I feel for you, but that's my advice, is to try to find an adult that you trust, that you believe is a wise adult, and talk with them. Let them know what's going on. So I'm sorry I don't have a longer answer. There's nothing really too specific to say to that, because that's a hard situation. That's a life situation you're going through. So yeah, all right. So moving on to the last and final question. This is kind of a broad question, but hey, whatever. It says, any advice on public speaking? Everyone gets nervous about it and goes through it, and I will be doing a lot of it this year. I get very nervous when it comes to it, so how do you cope? All right. I am already a little bit outgoing. It's really weird though, because I feel you. Because me performing versus like speaking is like a totally different thing, which is weird because like I'm being myself, but it's almost like, I don't know, like I can't call radio stations because my palms get sweaty and I'm like, they're gonna answer and I won't know what to say. Anytime I've ever been in like an HR meeting working for like Universal Studios or whatever, and they ask us to like raise our hands and talk about ourselves, I'm like, hi, I'm Nikki, yeah, okay, I'm done. Like, I just get so nervous, so I feel you. But I try, you know. So I would say practice makes perfect. If you can find, like, even though I've never taken it because I've had the opportunity through work, if you don't have the opportunity to speak publicly a lot because of work, a Toastmasters class, I've heard they're great. I think they're, like, everywhere as far as I know. You get practice speaking regularly. If there's, you know, like, even if there's areas where you can volunteer to do some public speaking, that might be kind of cool, you know, and that's really kind of embarrassing and putting yourself out there. But like, I mean, I don't know how, if you, let's say at school, if they do announcements, find out, can you get involved in making those announcements? Can you get involved in like the news TV show? Because I know a lot of schools do news TV shows. Can you get involved, I don't know, if a pastor doesn't give announcements at your church, can you get involved in giving announcements in like maybe the youth group or something like that? It's really just one of those things, practice makes perfect. So that's kind of it. I'm not gonna tell you to picture everyone naked. I don't know. Also, the more specific and the more clear you are on what you have to say, that's the biggest tip, I think. The easier it is to communicate it. Because when you aren't really sure and you aren't specific, it becomes really hard to focus, and all of a sudden you become hyper aware. So like, I can talk to you guys because I know what I'm trying to say to you, but like, when I didn't know, when I was first starting, it was a little harder for me because I was hyper aware that I was staring at the camera. Does that make sense? Now I feel more like I'm talking to you guys. It's changing. So, because I'm specific and I'm getting to know you guys and like, yeah. So that was a really long Ask Nikki episode. I hope that was helpful. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, any responses, you can do it in the video response below. You can message me on my Facebook, which will be down below, titled Ask Nikki, or on YouTube. And oh, on my Facebook, I am doing a giveaway when I reach my first 500, like, fans. I hate that word. Oh, I hate that word, but that's what they call it. So that'll be also linked down below, and my Twitter is almost at the first like giveaway. It's almost at 300. So I hope that this was helpful, guys. Yeah, like I said, you can totally talk. As you see, I answer a lot of my comments, so we can talk down below, videos, all that stuff. So I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys like my fancy schmancy setup. It's pretty fun. So I will see you next time. Bye, guys.